Well, I think I wanted to do it since I was a very small child. I think when I went to school in the first grade, I had this amazing teacher of English, and I fell in love with the language and I fell in love with learning it. And immediately I decided I think it was the only time in my life that I decided something immediately. And also that I stick to it. It's also rare. So, and then, but I didn't think about conference interpreting, I think. I am not sure if I even knew that exists, actually. And then I went to study English in the university, English and American language and literature. And then I had a first job interpreting for a theater festival, but it was actually consecutive interpreting. But and it was amazing. I really loved it. I was, I think, in my third year or something. And I thought, okay, yeah, that's right. This is what I want to do. And then I don't remember it was if it was in Lviv or it was in Berlin, but I was invited as an interpreter, and then it turned out that it's simultaneous. And I was like, okay. And they, oh, here's a booth, but it's a new model of a booth. So maybe you don't know how to use it. I said, yeah, I don't. And they showed me how to use it. And I was like, okay, now, I mean, either I just say I can't do it and I go, but it's horrible, or then I just try and then I see if I can't do it. It's just as horrible, but there is a chance that I can do it. And so, and I just did it and it worked. And I thought, oh God, I love this even more. And then I was, yeah, it was probably in Lviv. Yeah, yeah, it was in Lviv. And then I was in Germany, and then I actually went to study Anglistic Americanistic, but they had an interpretation faculty, and it was a mistake that I didn't go there because they explained it to me wrong. It was just really a mishap. But then they allowed me to go to visit all the seminars and lectures and trainings with the interpreting faculty, so it didn't matter. I mean, it was a challenge to do it in English and German for me, but that's how it started. We started it in 2014 with a Belgian guy, a friend of mine, and at that point a husband and a contemporary artist, and with some other Belgian friends. And we started it after Maidan and the war in Ukraine happened, and we thought, all of us thought, that it's really unjust that Germans and Western Europeans have no idea about Ukraine and about Ukrainian contemporary culture and Ukrainian cultural heritage. And if they know something, they think it was Russian. And in our opinion, they were reluctant to help us out because they had no clear picture of who we are and why they need to help us. So we decided to change it and try to represent contemporary Ukrainian culture abroad, as uh, behind the borders of Ukraine. Beyond, I mean, sorry. In Ukraine, I like Alevtina Kahidze. I like Open Group. There's a couple of artists in a group. Nikita Kadan, Mykola Rydnych. These would be the just couple of artists just to start so that I stop before I go on for hours. And art and the writers, probably Sofia Andruchovich and Serhii Zhadan. I mean, there are many more, and I hope they will not listen to this interview because because it won't do good to my relationship with the art scene. But yeah, I think that it's challenging because this job has to, it's like now I have no time off. My job has to do with Ukraine and with the war. My civil activism has to do with Ukraine and the war. So I have no free time where I can do something else or think about something else. Like other people, they go to work, like other civil activists, they go to work and their work is not about Ukraine. So my work is about Ukraine. And like there is no time off for me. I mean, I sometimes I have some half an hour of time off, or where I just try to make some time where I'm not working or being civil civil activist, because you just have to. Yeah, but I think that's for the moment, because I'm very tired and exhausted, as everybody is, all the people I know, and that's the biggest challenge, just to keep on going. I'm also a consecutive interpreter for politics, and for me, I started as an interpreter in politics, and then the war happened. So it was this way round. I think if you want to start with politics, there are also organizations like Interpreters Without Borders. So I think maybe this would be the way to connect, or go to like volunteer organizations like, Doctors Without Medicine Without Borders, or what's the name, Red Cross, to contact them maybe as a volunteer, if that is like that you're primarily you want to help out as a war interpreter, then I think this is one of the ways to volunteer, because volunteers are always very scarce. They're always looking for people. And I also did some volunteering jobs before. I think this is a good way to come in the industry. But you can also just apply, for jobs. You can just write your resume to political institutions in your country and see, because like this can also happen, they are looking for people, and it can happen that you'll get in. Because I couldn't take that anymore, because I had a sense that everybody is either sick or dying, or both. At a
Hmm.
certain moment, the world seemed to be just that, made out of sick and dying people. And it was even more tiring than this, because with this war, it's horrible, but the stress is different, because you know deep down that this horror will come to an end at a certain point in time. And of course, every hour and every day is too long. Every minute of it is a minute too long. But each and every war comes to an end, and you know that this moment will come. But with sick and dying people, you understand that this will never end. This will be your there forever with you. And at a certain moment, I just stopped working in that field.